Man, I had a rough week. So some of you know I ended up having my Twitter account suspended. That's fun. But I'll manage. I already have a new account up, so I'll try to make the best of what I can. For now, I want to talk about the new chapter that's out, because there's quite a few details we have here that I wasn't able to touch upon in the leaks, thanks to the fact that we now have an official translation out. The first thing is the very first panel, because I don't think I saw this leaked at all, where it's Zora, and it looks like he's covered his body with trap magic. So when Lucifero tried to punch him, it looked like Zora just revealed a reverse Uno card and deflected everything back to him. And then you see Lucifero just look at his grimoire and he's like, that blasted thing. Which, by the way, I brought this up on Twitter, on my new account, but notice what Tabata has done with Zora and Magna, right? So I said that this is the result of peasants who honed their skills for opponents that were way above their league. Tabata stayed true to the series' theme, where even a peasant can achieve greatness if they work hard enough. He demonstrated that perfectly with Magna and Zora. So, as you all know, before the events of Spade, Zora was teaching Magna about how their runes are so tiny that they're able to use that to their advantage, right? So, it's gonna take longer, of course, for them to be able to do spells like these, but it worked out in the end. They didn't rush to Spade, they were honing up their skills, or, well, Magna was practicing up his new spell to fight against Dante, and Zora used this spell to counteract Lucifero. And I just think that's really cool, right? Because, well, not to discredit any other series or anything, but occasionally we'll see authors forget about these themes that they bring up in the beginning of the series. Meanwhile, you'll have Tabata here always focusing on them no matter what, and that's something I really appreciate when it comes to Black Clover. Zora had a really great moment here, and even though it was just him saving Asta, I think the fact that he even approached Lucifero is something really impressive, at least to me. And of course, I know he didn't do it alone, Sekre was there to help him, but I still think it's really cool that Zora did all of this. And I'm still geeking over the fact that Magna was able to defeat Dante. That was easily my favorite Spade moment, period. But yeah, that's really cool to see. But moving on from Zora, we see Yami and Noct. They arrive just in time to help Zora, and he tells them to take a break, as they'll be the ones to take over for now. They're like, good one, Zora and Nero. Then we see Yami talk about how Noct has watched over the Black Bulls over this entire time. Obviously, he was using shadow magic to watch over everyone. As previously seen, he kind of roasted the entire Black Bulls before they went to Spade. But now, Noct's saying that they were fun to watch. And he hates to admit it, but he's right. And that reminds me of a funny tweet, who I cannot remember. I don't remember who tweeted this out. Credit to them, though. This isn't something that came from me. It came from them. But I remember someone bringing up a funny theory that Noct has actually been the one taking away Yami's toilet paper whenever he goes to the bathroom. Can you imagine that? That would actually make a lot of sense. We know that Noct, quote, hated Yami, so as a form of revenge, he just comes over, uses his shadow magic, takes away his toilet paper, and just makes Yami suffer. That'd be the funniest thing to see as, like, I don't know, an anime-only moment in the future, or maybe, like, a funny moment in the future with Noct. But, yeah, that's really funny to me. But, moving ahead, we see Zora and Nero wish them luck, as Noct and Yami combine their shadow and dark magic and they make Kids Playground. And now that I see it in high quality in the scanlation, it looks really sick. I was always wondering, what could Tabata do to combine their magic? And then they're over here combining it to make a whole ass city. I think that's so cool. I would have never imagined them doing something like this. Tabata's really clever when it comes to combining people's magic. It's so cool to see within throughout the series. But as they summon this huge city, we see Noct take on another union form, Canis Ex Felis, which looks really sick, by the way. I like this a lot. I'm not sure if I'd say this is my favorite out of the ones we've seen so far. Noct has quite a few, but I do like it a lot. And the dialogue is really sick too. Dark spreads shadows. Shadows create darkness. Infinite synergy. between darkness and shadow. As we see Lucifero get hit, and he's left with a little Clover mark. Repeating what I said before, it's like, oh, all that for a drop of blood. But yeah, it's still kind of funny that he got a little Clover mark as a battle scar, or just injury in general. It looked like it was fading away, which, yeah, it is. Then afterwards, we see Lucifero say, I acknowledge you. Therefore, I will kill you utterly. You and your parents, siblings, friends, neighbors, all of humanity. I will annihilate every last one of you, using all the power I now possess. Which to me implies that that's all the power he has right now without having his complete manifestation. So, then we get the final panel where it's Yami, Noct, Asta, and Yuno getting prepared to fight Lucifero at what I would assume is full power in his current state. Now, when this first leaked on Leaks Night, I made an observation saying that his form reminded me a lot of Dante's 80% form. They have the same number of horns, their wingspans are similar, although Lucifero's here looks a bit bigger, while Dante's was a bit thinner. They have a similar symbol on their chest, though in Lucifero's case, it kind of looks like somebody tried to take out his heart and it left a mark. But overall, pretty similar to me. So I was thinking that maybe when it leaked, we didn't really know the full context of the dialogue, but I assumed that Lucifero had at least gone to 80% because of how similar the form looked to Dante. But based on the dialogue and the officials, I would assume, well, not even assume, I think it's flat out that he's 100% in his non-manifestation state. So this is interesting. So the captains barely did anything when he wasn't even in full power previously. So now you have Yami, Noct, Asta, and Yuno fighting him at what is full power. Which, that's crazy to me. And I have no idea how this is gonna end. He's at full power. The fact that they're even standing and fighting him at this moment is incredible. But part of me feels like this is gonna end pretty badly. And the next chapter should be the end of the next volume, so something crazy will likely happen then, which is a shame because we're getting a break next week. Which, I'm not going to complain because Tabata has delivered us with a lot of great moments here, so you've earned your break, Tabata. But that leaves us with quite a bit of time to speculate what's going to happen next. And I don't see them doing anything against Lucifero. I'll actually be very surprised if they do. The captains weren't able to do anything. And that's not to discredit Yami. Of course, Yami's he's strong as hell. He's the GOAT. But all four of them against him at full power, I just don't think they're going to do anything. And I know I sound like a parrot, but it's just, I can't seem to even theorize how this fight is going to end. I keep thinking about how there likely will be a cliffhanger where we see Lucifero just annihilate Yami, or just end in a way where it seems like Yami is going to be close to dying. It just seems like something that's possible. At least that's what I think. I could be wrong. But overall, it's going to be really interesting to see how this continues. And I feel like, I do remember Tabata saying that we're reaching the conclusion of this arc really soon. And that's not to say that, we're done with the Supreme Devils and everything. There's a lot of stuff that is left to be touched upon yet. And I'm going to say it now. I'm going to assume Lucifero might actually win this fight. Which, if he does, that likely means something horrific is going to happen by the end of this arc. I don't think that everyone's going to leave out of this unscathed. But, yeah, it's a lot of interesting stuff going on right now. But overall, a really good chapter. A great chapter, actually. I found it really cool that we saw Yami and Noct fight together. Like I said before, I always wanted a moment where they just interacted. But them fighting together against Lucifero, of all people, that was really cool. Kids Playground is going to be so great to see in the anime whenever it comes back. Oh, I'm so excited for that. Oh, I'm praying for the animators, though. But, yeah, I'm sure they'll pull through. Hopefully, the production will be healthier than it was back when it was in production. Gotta hope that movie does well. I think that'll be a big defining factor for the future of the anime. But that aside, that's all I have to say for the chapter. I'm really excited to see what happens next. And I would love to hear what you guys have to say as well. You can leave a comment below. You could message me on Twitter, my new account. I'll probably leave a link in the description below if you're interested in following the new one. Or if you just want to, reply to the tweet and just comment what you think. I'm always up for discussions, you know me. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about the chapter. We're gonna wait quite a bit for the next chapter, and that's okay. Tabata, you've earned this break, and here's looking forward to the next one. Peace out, everyone.